And we return with a big breaking news update. This is with regards to the ongoing investigations by the Enforcement Directorate. Source-based information coming in on how the Enforcement Directorate, after calling in Kavitha's team for the second day, has asked Soma Bharat BRS Party General Secretary to unlock the mobile phone of K Kavitha, whose personal phone was confiscated, remember, on the first day, and later the phone she submitted as well. The Enforcement Directorate official has asked for the cloud details of the submitted mobiles and Gmail and iCloud passwords. In fact, Soma Bharat was asked to unlock the mobile and show the WhatsApp conversation, also FaceTime call record. Soma Bharat unlocked the mobiles and data was checked in front of him, and soon the Enforcement Directorate will be summoning K Kavitha as well in connection with the alleged liquor scam case. This is inside scoop that Times Now is picking up, and of course, after no relief coming in from the top court with regards to the summons that are being issued by the Enforcement Directorate, now this is sensational indeed. Bhavtosh, if this is what's happened, and Soma Bharat, the BRS Party General Secretary, has been asked to unlock the mobile phone of K Kavitha, this could next lead to the ED summoning K Kavitha yet again.
Yes, in fact, lawyers of K Kavitha were called in for questioning yesterday, and they were in fact asked to be present physically because they wanted to unlock these phones. Remember, in various prosecution complaint as well as in the remand note, ED had alleged that phones by K Kavitha were in fact destroyed, or at least were not submitted during the course of investigation. And K Kavitha, in a letter which was addressed to one of the investigating officers, had mentioned that she was never asked to submit these phones. And in the last round of questioning, she specifically mentioned that that if the ED had asked, then she would have submitted all these phones. And in the second round of questioning, she in fact submitted at least 10 of these mobile phones, to which BJP had said that at least 2 of these phones were not related to the questioning and the period of investigation. Now what has emerged is that the code of at least 1 or 2 of these phones have not been opened, because these are iPhones, and the lawyers have in fact been called in for question, have been summoned again by the Enforcement Directorate, and it could be possible that K Kavitha might be asked to join the investigation, though it's still not clear when she will be called in for questioning. But it clearly shows that K Kavitha is very much under the scanner of the Enforcement Directorate.
Absolutely. Already the Supreme Court, remember, has refused to grant any interim relief to the BRS MLC K Kavitha because the summons issued to her by the Enforcement Directorate are something that she had raised in front of the top court. The top court certainly not giving in as yet, and also deferring the hearing by a 3-week time period. Let me go across to Shomit as well. Shomit, what are you learning with regards to what the Enforcement Directorate may be up to? These are phones that were in the latest submitted by K Kavitha, and now we're learning that Soma Bharat will perhaps, in all likelihood, would be asked to open these phones, will be asked to enter the password, and the Enforcement Directorate wants to open the WhatsApp chats on these gadgets.
Well, that's true. Actually, like our colleague Bhavtosh was explaining about the complete incident, what happened, because on 27th, after the Supreme Court hearing, immediately on the next day, on 28th, Soma Bharat, the party's General Secretary, very big position, we can say, he was called in, he was summoned to the ED office in the national capital, and yesterday he went there, and for over 5 hours he was in the ED office, and initially he was called in to open the mobiles, and today, the sources have confirmed that, he was again called in for the second consecutive day, and after that, he was asked to open the mobiles, because there are more than couple of iPhones can be seen during she has submitted mobile phones, and even her mobile phone on the first day, which was confiscated by the ED officials, even that was an iPhone 14 Pro. So basically after that, 2 more mobiles, more than 2 mobiles, which she has submitted later, stating that those were the mobile phones she has used earlier, and she will be submitting to the ED office. So later, after showing it to the media, she has submitted those phones. So basically, to unlock those mobiles, Soma Bharat, the party's General Secretary has been called in, and he has today opened the mobile phones, and even he was asked about the passwords of the WhatsApp, and also he was asked to open the FaceTime records, and even he was asked the passwords of Gmail and iCloud as well. And later on, he was also asked to open up the WhatsApp conversations, show those conversations to the ED officials, the investigative officer, and also show some FaceTime call records. So basically, he's still at the ED office, and we have to wait and see what will come out, but it looks like soon again ED officials will be summoning Kavitha to join the investigation again.
Okay. Bhavtosh, this is very, very important because if this were true and if this is what has happened, K Kavitha could be summoned soon. Already both the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate have been alleging that K Kavitha, who's allegedly part of the South lobby, has had a key role to play in allegedly bribing the Aam Aadmi Party government to draft the excise policy to facilitate these companies, which indeed in the end has resulted in cartelization. So it all goes back to the South lobby, and perhaps she's going to be issued fresh summons.
Yes, it appears so that fresh summons could be issued. Remember, the entire case revolves around the fact that how smartphones were in fact used, and then subsequently how the SIM cards were in fact changed in at least 10 of smartphones. In her case, that's the allegation. Though she has vehemently denied all this, she has said that over a period of 2 to 3 years, she had used 8 to 10 mobile phones, and this is quite normal for any person to use so many phones. But as Somit was saying, that in her case, the fact that she was using Apple phones, and an Apple phone cannot be unlocked unless that person is physically present. And when ED had in fact issued summons, what they had said is that either she can be present or her legal representative can be present. Now, Soma Bharat was present yesterday, and he spent at least 4 to 5 hours at the ED's office.
Okay, so given that the Enforcement Directorate may now have access to WhatsApp conversations and FaceTime call records on K Kavitha's phone, remains to be seen whether or not she will be issued fresh summons. Thank you, Bhavtosh and Shomit, for joining us with the latest on the same. With that, a short break. We'll be right back with more news and updates.